If it is true that the Earth's weather patterns have become increasingly erratic, is this a sign of an imminent crisis?
The real problem is that the global climate system is a very, very complex system. And in complex systems, they exhibit non-linear behavior. You're starting to see anomalous, strange behavior in the weather around the world that you never saw before. You have flooding, you have extraordinary kind of storms.
Nostradamus's quatrains seem to support the idea that nature may be preparing a terrible backlash.
Shortly afterwards, not a very long interval, a great roaring storm will be raised by land and sea, flames, animals, which will make more upheaval.
Century 2, Quatrain 40, he refers to not just simply one storm, but to a series of storms that keep coming again and again and again.
The great city of the maritime ocean, surrounded by a swamp of crystal, in the winter solstice and the spring, will be tried by a terrible wind.
If I were a 16th century man and I tried to describe these amazing neon-covered, lit, artificially lit skyscrapers with their geometric and angular cuts of glass windows and glass signs, I might call that a city that's in a swamp. He might be talking about downtown New Orleans in Hurricane Katrina.
I had a friend call me up when Katrina was happening, another Nostradamus fellow, and he wanted to talk about Century 9, Quatrain 48, because it appeared to him that this was a very direct and exact description of Katrina and all the other hurricane disasters.
If Nostradamus predicts an escalation of these battering storms, what might the climax be?
Hurricane Ike was as big as the Gulf of Mexico.
We're now finding that not just simply one storm of the century, but we're finding strings of storms of the centuries. They're coming over and over and over again.
While the storms keep coming fast and furious, the concern about 2012 rises, and the search for answers grows more urgent. Near Nostradamus's town of Salon in southern France, there is an obscure cross that may provide yet another dire warning that some believe points directly to 2012. For centuries, the prophecies of Nostradamus have been part of the historical record. While highly speculative and controversial, their author's legacy endures. Viewer discretion is advised. Nostradamus, the Lost Book manuscript, and ancient cultures from around the world appear to target the 2012 time period as one of change that could be apocalyptic in scope. For some, recent worldwide events highlight the potential for emergency. Another Lost Book drawing attributed to Nostradamus continues the story of warning.
What's interesting about this is that, again, we see the archer, Sagittarius, and he's pointing his arrow, he's actually shooting his arrow into a woman, okay? And this woman is the center of the galaxy. I would think it means that at the great alignment, the scale or the balance of our decisions and life are all going to be more important.
Closer examination of this image reveals an intriguing symbolism. Sagittarius's arrow and the woman form a cross that resembles the galactic alignment.
The sky, we presage, through clear signs and by fixed stars. Suddenly the age of change approaches